Rebel Yell Podcast, Triple Live High School Sports Network, presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Go local, go with Edgar, helping folks since 1982. EdgarSnyder.com, our presenting sponsor for the WPIAL playoffs, which right now are through round one. That's why we're here. After each round, we'll get everybody caught up to snuff with what's going on. It was a kind of a predictable round one until the final day of the opening round on Tuesday. Some surprises. So let's run them down. We'll start with the girls, Class 6A. Just one game to talk about. It was the battle for the 8th seed. It was 9 versus 8. North Hills at Mount Lebanon. Elizabeth Twyman, 13 points. Mount Lebanon holds off North Hills 44-41. That sets up the girls 6A quarterfinals. Thursday, it'll be Mount Lebanon at Cannon McMillan at 6 o'clock. The other 3 games are on Friday. Seneca Valley at Pine Richland at 7. Hempfield at Norwin. That's a 6 p.m. start. And North Allegheny visiting defending champion Upper St. Clair. That is a 7 p.m. start. All right, girls 5A. They had a full slate of 8 games in the first round. No problem for top seed. Well, no problem in a lot of these girls' games in the first round, to be perfectly honest. South Bay at 78. Kiski area 19. Haley Lamonde 18 points for the heavily favored Lions. Trinity knocks off West Allegheny in the 9-8 game. That's 9/8, 50-48. Sutton Williamson, 15 points for the Hillers. Baldwin, 52. Chartiers Valley, 37. Lindsley Bernatus with 16 points for the purple and white. Peters Township, defending champs. They had to win to get in, and they win to move on to the quarterfinals. They stunned number 5 Plum, 56-46. Taylor McCullough, 17 points for the Indians. Thomas Jefferson, 65. Penn Hills, 26. Maggie Spell, 24 points for the winning Jaguars. Fox Chapel, 60. Latrobe, 58. A close first-round matchup in the 7-10 game. Fox is led by Lila Jablon with 24 points for Fox Chapel. Indiana, 63. Mars, 36. Julia Antonacci with 20 points for the Little Indians. And finally, Olivia Weishar, 11 points. Penn Trafford, 47. Franklin Regional, 22. Quarterfinals in 5A girls coming up Wednesday, this evening, if you will. Trinity South Fayette at Peters Township at 7:30. Peters Township against Baldwin at Bethel Park at 7:30. Thomas Jefferson taking on Fox Chapel at Mount Lebanon at 7:30. And Penn Trafford against Indiana. That's at Norwin High School. Excuse me, at 7 o'clock. All right, girls, Class 4A. There were 6 first-round matchups. Burrell defeats Hampton 40-22. Casey Brancato with 15 points for the Buccaneers. Bell Vernon 85, Lincoln Park 62, career high for Aubrey Brown, 24 points to lead the Leopards. Kaylin Settles 18 points. Elizabeth Forward over Hopewell 58-37. South Park all over Freeport 49-18. Nika Kontakas 20 points for the Eagles. North Catholic 67, Laurel Highlands 21, Brady Wayner 20 points for the Trojans, and Ansley Baker 29 points, Beaver 62, Mount Pleasant 35. Quarterfinals are on Thursday in girls 4A. Burrow at Blackhawk, top seed Cougars had a first round bye. That's Thursday at 7. Elizabeth Forward against Bell Vernon for the 3rd time. Leopards won the first 2 meetings. Thursday night at Peters Township at 6 p.m. South Park at Oakland Catholic, like Blackhawk. The Eagles had a first-round bye, so battle the Eagles. So the Oakland Catholic Eagles had a first-round bye, and they will host South Park at 7 o'clock Thursday. And Beaver against North Catholic, 6 p.m. at Pine Richland. All right, girls Class 3A. 7 first-round matchups. Shadyside Academy gets the bye. Julia Nardozzi, 14 points. Avonworth, 42. Riverside, 32. Mimi Thero, 30 points for the Maryland commit. 50-36, Quaker Valley defeats Keystone Oaks. Seton LaSalle, 61. Stowe Rocks, 27. Ava Maroney, 26 points for the Rebels. Beaver Falls, 73. South Allegheny, 15. Draven Hawkins with 23 points for the winning Tigers. Waynesburg Central defeats Deer Lakes 55-28. Tess Pauley, 23 points for Waynesburg. Greensburg Central Catholic, 67. Mohawk, 21. Erica Gribble, 23 points to lead the Centurions. And Lola Garner, 19, as Our Lady of the Sacred Heart knocks off McGuffey, 54-20. A lot of blowouts in round one. Quarterfinals in 3A girls. Avonworth will take on Shadyside Academy at Fox Chapel Wednesday at 6 p.m. Quaker Valley, Seton LaSalle, Wednesday, 6 p.m. at Mount Lebanon. Beaver Falls against Waynesburg Central at Peters Township on Wednesday at 6. And Greensburg Central Catholic against Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Good matchup in the 3-6 game at Bethel Park, Wednesday at 6 p.m. All right, to the girls 2A, full bracket of 16, so 8 first-round games. Neshannock, 76. Brentwood, 16. Peyton Newman, 22 points for the Lancers. California falls at home to Laurel, 41-21. J.L. Henderson, 14 points for the Spartans. Gianna I knew I was going to have problems with this. Gianna Bianchini, 20 points. Fort Cherry, 55. Riverview, 24. My apologies to Gianna. Cameron Newman, 16 points. Rochester beats Apollo Ridge, 48-40. Winchester Thurston, 67. Bentworth, 13. Deshay Cochran, 30 points for Da Bears. Paige Klodkowski, 15 points. Burgettstown, 39. Jeanette, 35. A rare, tight game in round one. Moves the Blue Devils on to the second round. Chartiers Houston, 70. Southside, 16. Allie Wingard, 14 points for the Buccaneers. And Denham Odom, 14 points. Defending champion Aliquippa moves on, 43-34 winners over Beth Center. These quarterfinals in 2A girls are on Friday. Neshannock against Laurel to keep it up in Lawrence County at Union High School at 7 o'clock. Fort Cherry will take on Rochester at Moon at 6 p.m. The following game at Moon at 7:30 will be Winchester Thurston against Burgettstown. And finally, Chartiers Houston against Aliquippa, another good 3-6 matchup, Friday, 7:30 at South Fayette. And finally, in Class A, only 3 first-round games. And Roberts with 19 points for A. These are all on Thursday. Eden Christian Academy against top seed Aquinas Academy at Aquinas. St. Joe's we'll drink as we keep going back and forth. Don't you hate when people do that? Anyway, 3 first-round games in boys class 6A. Fox Chapel, 52. Norwin, 49. Joe McGivney, 20 points for the winning Foxes. Liam Shealy, 29 points. Mount Lebanon over Pine Richland, 55-42. And here, Norris, 23 points. Defense be damned. Imani Christian, 83. And North Hills, 69. 6A boys quarterfinals are on Thursday. Fox Chapel at Upper St. Clair. That's a 7:30 game. Hempfield at Seneca Valley in the 5-4 matchup. That's at 7 p.m. Mount Lebanon at Newcastle. That's at 7 p.m. And Imani Christian taking on Central Catholic at Fox Chapel Thursday at 7:30. 5A boys, 8 first-round games. There were 3 preliminary round games. Run over them real quick. Montour, 53. McKeesport, 52. Brandon Bennett, 19 points for the Spartans. Ringgold, 64. Laurel Highlands, 39. Takeo Tolver, Dennis Hawkins, 12 points each for the Rams. And Ian DeServe, 15 points. Latrobe over Mars, 57-46. To the first round, the full 16-team bracket. Chartiers Valley eliminates Montour 61-48. Julius Best, 16 points for the defending champion Colts. Shaler, 65. Franklin Regional, 50. Jordan Epps, 24 points for the Titans. Jackson Bauman, 20 points. Moon, 45. Penn Trafford, 30. And Mikkel Bruce McCrimmon, 23 points. The only first-round game to go to overtime, it was Gateway 56 and Indiana 50. Stunner of the opening round, Ringgold, the 15th seed, 79-77 over number 2 Lincoln Park, ending the Leopard season very prematurely as the Rams move on to the quarters. Dimitri Lowe led the way for Ringgold with 26 points. Jonas Cups, 11 points. Hampton over Peters Township, 50-45. Nick Turkle, 27 points. Thomas Jefferson, 86. Latrobe, 79. And Penn Hills, 48-27 over South Fayette. Calix Clark, 22 points for the Indians. Friday, quarterfinals in 5A boys. Shaler against Chartiers Valley. Interesting side note, Brandon Sensor, the second-year coach of the Titans, former coach of the Chartiers Valley Colts. That game at Peters Township High School at 6 p.m. Gateway takes on Moon at North Allegheny. That's an 8 p.m. start. Ringgold against Hampton, a surprise 15 versus 10 matchup at Peters Township at 7:30. And Thomas Jefferson against Penn Hills, good matchup at Norwin High School Friday at 7:30. All right, the 4A boys, where there were 6 first-round matchups. Bell Vernon, defending champs, defeat Burrell 60-45. A.J. Watson with 12 points for the Leopards. Evan Moore, 22 points. Deer Lakes stuns number 4 Derry 57-46. Brody Rock, 21 points. Boo Boo Armstrong, 20 points. Hopewell defeats Greensburg Salem 74-47. The Elizabeth Forward, 83. Avonworth, 60. Daniel Spence, 22 points for the Warriors. Knock, 56-21 over East Allegheny. Vinny DeFelice, 19 points for the Knights. And the Conti brothers, Angelo and Ryan, 13 points each. Central Valley, 50. Highlands, 44. Wednesday, 4A boys quarterfinals. Bell Vernon at Quaker Valley. The Quakers, top seed, had a first-round bye. That's a 7 o'clock start. Hopewell against Deer Lakes, Wednesday, 6 o'clock at North Allegheny. Elizabeth Forward at North Catholic, Wednesday at 7:30. The Trojans, the number 2 seed, also had a first-round bye. And Knock takes on Central Valley at North Allegheny High School Wednesday at 7:30. Boys Class 3A, full slate of 8 games, 16 teams. Top seed Mohawk, no problem with Waynesburg Central, 74-49. Joey Nail, 25 points for the winning Warriors. South Allegheny, 52. Elwood City, 50. Drew Cook, WPIAL's top scorer, 25 points to lead the defending champion Gladiators into round 2. Kyle Lamberson, 32 points, another stunner. Shadyside Academy, 61. 4th seed Bishop Canevin 48. Southmoreland 63, Washington 58, Noah Valencer 27 points for the Squallies. Aliquippa 68, Stowe Rocks 48, Khalil Good 18 points for the Quips. Gabe Grizzy 18 points. Seton LaSalle crushes Charleroi 82-52. South Park 58, Riverside 29, Cooper Hawkendonor 31 points for the winning Eagles. And Ligonier Valley stuns 6th seed Keystone Oaks 47-44. Michael Wisniewski 12 points for the winning Rams. Into the quarterfinals for the first time since Ligonier Valley returned to the WPIAL several years ago from District 6. All right, the quarterfinals in 3A boys Friday, South Allegheny against Mohawk, that's at 6:30. Shady Side of Southmoreland, Friday, 6 o'clock at Charleroi. The game after that is South Park in Ligonier Valley, 7:30 at Charleroi. Aliquippa against Seton LaSalle at South Fayette. It's a 6 p.m. start for the Rebels and the Quips. Boys 2A, they had 3 preliminary round games. Brentwood 58, Beth Center 41, Deng Move for 23 points for the Spartans. Luke Smelka had 14 as Greensburg Central Catholic surprised Union 43-41. And Bentworth 61, West Green 44. Ben Hayes 31 points for the Bearcats. Bentworth, Greensburg Central, Brentwood joining the field of 16. And on Monday night, top seed Jeanette rolled past Brentwood 70-49. Jace Powell with 21 points for the Jayhawks. Eden Christian Academy over Laurel 68-42. Mason Dean 22 points for the Warriors. Neshannock 57, Fort Cherry 40. David White with 17 points for the Lancers. Brandon Murphy 16 points as Clairton beats Shenango 60-27. Sewickley Academy 77, Greensburg Central Catholic 17. Lucas Grimsley 20 points for the Panthers. Mike Hammerling 16 points. Winchester Thurston defeats Chartiers Houston 56-42. 54-40, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart knocks out Bentworth. Jake Johnson, Tiernan McCullough with 14 points each for the Chargers. And Jeremiah Robertson, 26 points. Jefferson Morgan, 49. Springdale, 35. Quarters in boys 2A. Jeanette against Eden Christian Academy at Fox Chapel. That's a 6 p.m. start on Thursday. Neshannock Clairton Thursday, 7:30 at Pine Richland. Sewickley Academy Winchester Thurston, 6 p.m. at Upper St. Clair on Thursday. And Osh Jefferson Morgan, 7:30 Thursday at Peters Township High School. Finally, a boys Class A first round results. Now the thing can freeze up because there were no first round games in boys Class A. A reminder of the quarterfinals coming up Wednesday. Summit Academy against Neighborhood Academy, 6 p.m. at Fox Chapel. Aquinas Academy at Monessen, that's the 5-4 game, 7 o'clock at Monessen. Nazareth Prep and St. Joe's at Fox Chapel at 7:30 Wednesday. And Sarah Catholic travels to Avella Wednesday at 7 p.m. One more call. Thanks to our producer, Chris Lackner, for his help. Again, we'll do this on Saturday between the quarterfinals and the semifinals. You get the gist of it all. We'll be into the consolation round by then as well. All right, check us out every day. There's something going on. We have games. We have the articles, stats, all that stuff. hssn.triblive.com. Thanks to our friends at Edgar Snyder and Associates, producer extraordinaire Chris Lackner. I'm Don Rebel. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for putting up with my coughing jags. That's not coughing, jags, by the way. It's the Rebel Yell podcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.